Yo, what's up YouTube? We're back at it again with the E36. Today, I'm not looking forward to what we got in store. You guys might be wondering what the hell these ratchet straps are doing, but we're going to be pulling the oil pan so we can weld on a bung for the oil return for the turbo. So, hey Jason, why don't you roll the intro? No, the other intro, you idiot. God.
Hey there, how are you? Hello, welcome back.
Okay, so just got it set up off camera there. You got ratchet strap on one side, ratchet strap on the other. Just going around the motor mount down there, the arm that hooks to it. I got both motor mounts undone. Might be hard to see from this camera angle, but that motor mount is broken, so I have to order a new one for that. That's cool. But now let's see if she'll pick it up. I think this motor only weighs like 300, maybe 350 at the max. So I got it on half ton, 1,000 pounds. The ratchet strap says they'll hold 1,000 pounds. So let's see if the motor will lift. This right side's lifting up, as you can see there. Motor mount's completely busted. This left side's not moving very much. So let me see if I can persuade it up. Get right back to you. Okay, I think I got it. It's there, right there. You can see where it's completely broke, but suspended there, and then can't see anything on this side, so I'll go underneath the car. And we are suspended there. So we're good to go. Now now comes the hard part is gotta undo this, which is the power steering reservoir. Gotta do this. It's power steering pump. And unhook the steering shaft down there, right there. Let everything dangle. I got to unhook the control arms, these two bolts here on both sides, and then there's 1, 2 right there. 2 on the other side. That'll drop the whole front subframe and give us some room to get to the oil pan. I think the control arm bolts are 15 mil, and then these on the subframe are 18 mil. There are some how-tos on doing this, so I'm not going to really do a how-to. I'm just going to work on it and then check in with you guys, show you how far I've gotten or whatever. It's pretty warm outside, but I'm gonna keep working on this and get you guys in a minute, show you how far I've gotten. Okay, quick little update. Also forgot, gotta pull the dipstick tube, so don't forget to do that. Small little 10mm right on that guy. Got the power steering reservoir undone, it's kind of hanging there. Power steering pump also just hanging there. And then I got that control arm loose. I stand corrected on the bolt sizes. Those are actually 18 mil. So now all I gotta do is undo that steering shaft somewhere right there, and hopefully that comes apart pretty easy. I guess we'll see about that. I've seen a lot of guys have trouble with that coming off, and then also realign it back up, but that'll be for future Jason. Fuck that guy. But I'm gonna work on that and then see if we can't loosen these subframe bolts and get it dropped down. We'll be back with you. Alright guys, another update. It's been probably an hour and a half or so. I got the oil draining. I think I got all the bolts out of the oil pan. Got this cross member dropped down, I think low enough for me to clear everything. Plus I got the engine lifted and I can go up a little higher. There's all the bolts for the oil pan. I think I got them all. There's these two here at the back where the transmission is. I don't know why they're that long. Some guys say that they're Torx, but mine were not. Everything is 10 mil. These are all bolts for control arm and stuff like that. Here's the cross member bolts. Also took the sway bar loose because I think that was holding it up. So we're going to let this oil drain just a little bit, put the plug back in, and start prying that pan down and see if we can't get it out of there. Catch you guys here in a minute, hopefully. Yeah, well guys, I guess there is two Torx back through the transmission coming towards the front of the car. And I just gave my Torx set back to my dad that I was borrowing. So either gotta go buy one or go grab those from him. I think that's gonna do it for tonight. Hopefully hit the store tomorrow, grab those, or go grab them from my dad again and finish this tomorrow. There's just two bolts and the oil pan should be coming down. So I will catch you guys tomorrow, which will probably be like half a second. So yeah. Alright guys, it's day 2. I hope you guys got a good night's sleep over that half-second transition. I went and picked up a socket set last night from O'Reilly's because everything else was closed. It was only like, I don't know, like 15 bucks. It's got the external Torx sockets and some Torx bits with an adapter socket deal. I think it'll work just fine. So we're going to take these two bolts out the back and see if we can't get the oil pan out of here. Well guys, I'm to the point of I don't know what to do. I got 2 of these out, but there's actually 3. And let me show you where this last one is. It is right here. You can see the bolt coming through. So the head is back in here. And with these vanes on the transmission, I can't get a socket in there on the bolt head to turn. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been fighting it for almost an hour, just that one. So if you're doing this, pull the engine. Don't be an idiot like me, because this would be so much easier with it out of the car. The exhaust manifold, the turbo mounting, everything would have been so much easier with it out of the car. To the point where I'm about to set it on fire. So I'm going to do some thinking, looking up or whatever, seeing if I can't get it. But about to give up. Yeah. We'll let you know what I find out. Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 days of fighting it by myself, I finally called my buddy to come help, because none of the other 3 idiots wanted to come help. Some about I live too far away and they don't want to come to this town. I get it. But we got it. We got it out. I was so close to burning this thing down. Here's that. No, this one. Here's that last bolt that I couldn't get. I'll show you guys where it goes. So this is the front. This is the back where it bolts, where it goes to the bell housing. One here, one here. Both super easy to get to. Or no, this one's super, yeah. Wait. Yeah. This one, super easy to get to. This one was the one that was a pain in the ass. It doesn't do anything besides bolt to the bell housing. So I'm probably not going to put it back in because of how much of a pain in the ass it was to take out. Also, got that out and the thing still wouldn't come down because these two, there's two holes in the bell housing and they're tucked way up under, and couldn't see them until I slid my fat ass underneath it and used a flashlight to see those. So, guys, if you're doing this, here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. There are 25 10mm bolts in this. 3 Torx. My Chiltons didn't say that. I probably could have looked up on a forum somewhere, but I was too lazy. 25 10mm bolts. Most of them are small, besides those ones towards the back by the bell housing. These two are the ones tucked up in one of those little cavities, and then these two super long ones, they go, oh god, there and there. That way you guys know, if you guys are doing this and you're following along to my shitty video of it, that's how many bolts you need. I was kicking it, I was hammering it, I had extensions and hammering down on it. On here, as you can see, I scuffed it up some. Luckily I didn't put a hole through it. This is where your dipstick goes in. Yeah. Also, I found this guy at the bottom of the pan. I don't know what it goes to. I can't see anything underneath the car or bearing journals or anything like that's missing a bolt. And it also has paint that's kind of like the paint on the block. So maybe it just accidentally fell in there. It was running before this, so I don't think this is important. But yeah, the oil pan is out. Let's go. Okay, so now the oil pan's out. I'm gonna take that car wash, spray it down, get it cleaned up before I take it to my dad to get, where are you? This guy welded on. Number 10 AN weld fitting. Joe's Racing Products from Summit Racing. And then I'll also put that on there, a little 45-degree angle. Go to there, and then my hose will go to this, help for that sharp angle when it goes down into the pan. But next, what I'm going to do is supposedly a common issue right there. That's the oil pump. And the nut on the sprocket, supposedly, high RPMs and beating the shit out of them, the nuts come loose, and then the sprocket walks off, and then you got no oil pressure. Luckily mine is not loose, but I'm still going to replace it because Beamer World, or Vimmer World, has this cool product. Let me find it in my box of goodies right here. Drilled oil pump nut. And there's the models that it works for: E36, 46, E39, Z3, M50, M52, etc. Probably because they're all the same. It's just the nut, but don't mind my dirty fingers because I've been messing with that oil pan. Here, hold on. Let me just take it out of the bag. Okay, so there's the nut. There. It's got a hole drilled through it. Focus. Right there. See that? See the blue and through that? And it also comes with this little safety wire. So you put the safety wire through that hole after you put it on the sprocket, and tie it around one of those holes in the sprocket. So say 5,000 miles later, just before I blow this thing, that nut comes loose. It's got that safety wire so that it can't completely come off or turn even one full turn or however I tie it on there, so that that sprocket can't walk off and kill my oil pump. So we're going to throw that on there before we put the oil pan back on and delete that issue if it ever came about. So yeah, I'm going to take this thing to the car wash, get it sprayed up, take it to my dad, get it welded, and put it back on. So I will catch you guys up at that time. Today is Tuesday. I will probably get it to him this weekend, so hopefully I'll have it back next week, putting it back together. Yeah, see you guys then. Alright guys, so I got the oil pan back from my dad. There is the bung welded on. I'd say she's gonna work just fine. Don't need to be super pretty as long as it don't leak. So I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. I've also got a little stack of new parts here, but I'm gonna get to work and start putting this bad boy back on. Let's go. Okay, before I throw this oil pan back on, got that oil pump nut replaced, and as you can see, got the wire wrapped around, tied up to the sprocket, so that should never be an issue. Now I just got to take down this old gasket, make sure the mating surface is clean, and throw the oil pan back on. Just wanted to show you guys I got that done before I get going. Alright guys, it's been about an hour and a half, 2 hours probably. I just buttoned up the last bolt. There we go. The oil pan is back on. Thankfully, it was a pain in the butt by myself to get it up there, get everything out of the way that was holding it up, and to line up the gasket. So yeah, like I said before in the earlier clip, pull the goddamn engine. It would be so much easier. That was so stupid. Maybe with another person it would be okay, but yeah, I am definitely do not want to do that again. But yeah, got that buttoned up. I gotta do my power steering rack. I gotta tighten that back up, and then I can jack up the subframe, get it buttoned back up, tighten everything back together, and then since that one engine mount is broken, I ended up just ordering both, or two of them, so that they would both be new. These are ECS Tuning's solid mounts. There it is. So those are going to be sweet. Get those on. Got Vibrant Performance AN lines for the oil return, and then also for my catch can. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. like 9 o'clock, so get cleaned up. And yeah, we will catch you guys when I get everything else buttoned back up. Alright guys, to be honest, it's been a couple weeks since the last clip that you've seen of this. I think I was showing the new motor mounts, but since then I was able to get the motor dropped back down. Oil pan is installed. Kind of hard to see, but it's in there. It was super difficult with just one person trying to get everything lined up, plus the gasket, move everything out of the way, everything like that, but it is in. I got my fitting over yonder. I don't know if you can see it. Yep, there she is. So that's on there. Just need to make my AN line, which I'm gonna do next, and then put everything back together. So I gotta just do the power steering pump and stuff like that, and then intercooler piping. Then we're one step closer. So let's break this AN line out and get it cut down to length, put the ends on, and see how she fits. Okay, so I got the hose out, uncoiled, come up with little caps at the end. Here's this, and my fittings. I already got this one taken apart. Basically what we're gonna do is take this end, shove it in the whole hose before. Gotta put this over top, and then this tightens down on this and crimps it to the hose. They recommend actually buying the wrenches for these lines. I don't really think you need them. I'm just going to use a couple adjustable wrenches because I don't have any wrenches that are big enough, but those should just work fine. So I'm going to get this end crimped on, and we'll show you what it looks like afterwards. Okay guys, I guess I might as well just show you. If you guys haven't ever done one of these, then you're gonna learn. So basically, that's that. Push that on. It's kind of a tight fit, so you kind of have to push and turn at the same time. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but eventually you'll get to a spot where it seats and it won't go any further. And then what I do is put a piece of tape right at the end, so that, you know, when you're threading this in, it's not pulling this off the hose, it's staying in place and not eventually going to fail and just fall off the hose. So this little piece of tape is a good indicator that it's not walking off. So now this is just going to push in the hose, and eventually, and then you're going to just start threading it. Alright, so that's getting tough already because it's pushing into the rubber hose and threading at the same time. So grab my wrenches, one for that. And I think the reason why they want you to buy the wrenches is because it's like non-marring. But this should work just fine. So it's kind of hard to see, but it has moved just slightly. So all I'm going to do is push it back on the best as I can. Till it seats back up. Just like that. And then we can keep going. and there it is. So as you can see, that's probably why they want you to buy their own wrenches, because you're gonna mar it up most likely with whatever you use. I really don't care. You're not gonna really be able to see it, but yeah. And it's not coming off. So now I'm gonna thread this on down below, run it up to the turbo, and get a mark on it so I know where I need to cut it. Sorry about that. I thought it was still recording, but yeah, they are. They're both on there. I got it cut down to length. This side didn't mar up as bad as the other side. It still kind of did. I guess if you still didn't want to spend the money for those wrenches for these lines, you could probably just throw some painter's tape or something around there, or something just to protect them. But I'm going to get this thrown on. As far as cutting it, they also have a special cutting tool for these to cut this line. I also didn't buy it. Basically what I did was marked out where I needed to cut it, threw like 10 wraps of electrical tape. Painter's tape might work, but electrical tape is a little thicker around where you're going to cut it, and then just cut it with an angle grinder. If you don't cut it, it probably would fray the end, and then you won't be able to get this on there. So I just use electrical tape, go around like 10 times or something, and then cut it about where your mark is. As long as it's close, it should be fine. But that side's not coming off, and that side's not coming off. So I'm gonna get this thrown on, and we'll see how she fits. Okay, so there she is. She's on. Got this side, runs down next to the exhaust manifold, but doesn't touch. I mean, right there might get a little warm, but that's the reason why I went with the AM line instead of a normal line, because AM line's supposed to withstand up to like 300 some degrees. So it should be okay. Down, across, get it up here, straight across, it doesn't go back up, and then into that fitting. Now, just the way the BMW engines sit, because they sit at such an angle on this side of the engine, it kind of goes up with that 45 degree, and even if I didn't have that 45 degree, it would still kind of go up to go back into the oil pan. I guess we'll see how that works. Hopefully it drains just fine, which I think it will. I don't think gravity should affect it with that tiny little incline too much, but we'll find out. But yeah, besides putting this back on, power steering pump, reservoir, and dipstick, the oil pan removal, oil drain bung, oil drain line, everything's done. Sorry that this video was kind of like just super choppy and me not showing any work, but with as low as the car is, and plus me working on the floor, even though it's on ramps, I couldn't position the camera good enough so that you guys could actually see what I was doing. So it would have been super boring. There wouldn't have been anything to see, and probably would have just skipped through it anyways. So this makes it so that you don't have to skip through it. You just see the progress and some things that maybe I struggled with, so that you don't have to, whatever. But I'm gonna get the rest of this. Stuff put back on and get a bunch of these tools cleaned up. I just got shit on the floor everywhere. But yeah, so next we'll install that catch can. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.